Hello and good afternoon. Well, I'm delighted to introduce some new guests here at Hochanda. You know, we've had a cracking time, haven't we, with the new guests here. I'm going to introduce, first of all, Harry and also Bonnie.
Hello.
Now, very talented people here. Now, we're introducing a new company as well, Slice. And I know we've already been making some sales before the hour as well, so do stay with us because we have got some wonderful tools to show you, some wonderful scissors, we've got knives here as well. But beforehand, I'm just going to ask Harry how he found himself here at Hochanda and the background behind the company.
So Slice is predominantly in the industrial market, and over the last year we've sort of delved into arts and crafts, and that's what's brought us to Hochanda. Everything is based around our patented ceramic blades, which makes them a lot safer, a lot longer lasting than your traditional steel blades, which most crafters and hobby crafters will use.
Fantastic. Now then, we've got Bonnie here as well, and I'm going to show you something that Bonnie has created in a second, but I'm just going to say hello first of all. Bonnie, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I'm a coloured pencil artist. I'm from Yorkshire. I create commissioned work. I also teach coloured pencil, and discovered the Slice tool. I've probably been using it about 18 months, 2 years. Brilliant tool, absolutely
Fantastic.
brilliant. I use it within my drawings.
We are going to see some demonstrations with you, but before we go any further, I've just got to show you something here. Let me just show you this. Now, this is a piece that's not completed yet, but just look at this. Isn't that amazing?
Thank you.
Wow, Bonnie, that is just incredible. It really, really is. And we are going to see more from you. We are going to see you in demonstration using, of course, the tools that Slice have brought here with those pencils as well. So we're going to let Bonnie go and get ready for demonstration. Myself and Harry are going to go down the counter and show you what we've got to offer. Now, I'm just going to pass that to Bonnie. There you go. Thank you very much. Right then, we're starting right here with the pen cutter. This is the tool that Bonnie favours with her pencil. So tell us about this tool first of all.
She'll explain more about what she actually does with it, which is pretty cool, as you can see. But this is our, probably our #1 selling into this sort of market, which is great.
Fabulous. Now you can see there, as we've already said, ceramic blade. So look at this here. You can see on the packaging 11 times, up to 11 times longer lasting than steel blades, safer than steel blades as well. We have got one of the pens that we can show you a little bit more closely as well. This is the Slice ceramic pen. Just have a look at this. So show everybody the blade first of all then, Harry, and explain about it.
You'll see the blade here. It's made of pure ceramic, so it's a lot safer to the touch. I definitely wouldn't do that with a traditional blade. Lasts up to 11 times longer, so I think the artists and the crafters that use it barely change the blade, whereas with a traditional blade they'll be changing it sort of after each piece of work.
Now obviously at home you're not going to sort of run it against your fingers and things, but just to show, this is a ceramic blade, it's not steel. You can see actually looking at it there, you haven't got that really sharp edge to it that you would notice with a steel blade. It's a completely different material.
Yeah, so the safety aspect is all to do with the angle of the grind.
Yeah.
So the way that we manufacture them is we basically look at it as, why do you need something that's razor sharp to cut a piece of material when it only needs to be sharp enough to cut that piece of material? So that's where the safety aspect comes into it. And also the durability, the way that we manufacture it.
If I just take that from you, Harry, just a second. So actually it's weightier than I thought. Now you can see here as well, it's retractable, so just by sliding there, just pressing down, you can see how the blade is going to go in there, so you're not going to get that damaged at all. It's really, really nice to hold actually. The shape of it, the weight of it is nice. It's ergonomically designed, so you can be assured that it is going to be comfortable to work with. I can't wait to see these in action actually. Can I just ask Harry, what sort of materials would we be cutting with this particular item?
So you can cut leather, obviously paper, card, different types of leather, anything that pretty much is a standard scalpel
Grey board, your different weights of cardstock, your papers. Perfect. We will be seeing more of that later, and of course Bonnie has a different use for it as well. Now almost 10% of the stock has gone already on this one. £13.49. Item number 893866. You can see it does say there, and it's obvious, isn't it? Over 18s only, because they are blades, of course. Now moving on down, we've got some scissors for you, and I can tell you, I had a quick go with these before the hour, and I've got to say they are so comfortable, Harry. They really, really are. And listen to the sound. That tells me these are quality. These are ceramic blades as well.
Yep.
So tell us again, or just remind us, why ceramic? What's the difference between the steel blades and the ceramic blades when it comes to the scissors?
So when it comes to the scissors, if you've used, obviously, which most people have, normal standard scissors, the blades, they tend to rust, which our ceramics, they don't.
Yeah.
So they're easier to clean. So for example, if you're cutting materials that have glue on them, or stuff like that, it's a lot easier to clean them without them rusting and getting damaged.
Lovely. They really do feel comfortable. Now, these for right-handed or left-handed people?
They're ambidextrous, so they can be used right and left-handed.
Perfect.
Which a lot of people like.
Now, I am right-handed, but I am going to have a go with my left hand, which feels really odd to me, but that's a satisfying snip. Now, the weight of this card, this is going to be a good 280 maybe, something like that, straight through. But we're talking more than cardstock again with these, aren't we? What else can we cut with these?
Yeah, so you'll be able to cut materials like leather with
Fabulous.
that. We have people that cut Kevlar with that, which is, if you know what it is, it's quite a tough, rigid material.
Yeah. Fabulous. Now then, so we're looking here, paper crafters, we're looking at people that sew, the soft crafters, we're looking at your multimedia, your mixed media. So all sorts of uses for these. They are ceramic blades, they're going to last you. They are, I've got to tell you, I am here holding them. I know it's difficult when you're at home, but they really are very, very comfortable, and you can feel the quality of these as well.
Run your finger along the inside of the blade.
Oh, I don't know if I should do that, actually.
Okay. So I wouldn't do that with a normal pair of scissors.
No, we don't advise anybody to run the fingers on any blades, but to be fair, you genuinely wouldn't do that with a pair of steel blades. You can't feel a sharp edge there.
They still need to, with all of our products, you still need to treat them with respect, because they are still blades, but the safety aspect, you know, you can easily slip, you can easily cut yourself on traditional blades.
I just love the sound they make. They are fabulous. So whether you're cutting straight lines, your curved lines, it doesn't matter. All sorts of materials. Great price as well at $39.99. You are buying quality here. Now we do have this item on flexi-buy option for you as well. So 2 payments of £20. Item number 220869. Now we've got some more scissors for you now, some pointed scissors for you. So again, we've got the ceramic blades, everything's ceramic. So you've got the comfort of the handles again.
Yep.
You've got the safety aspect of the blades themselves. They are so smooth. I know it's a weird way of talking about a pair of scissors, but just...
Satisfying.
It is. You know, sometimes you get a pair of scissors and they feel clunky.
Yeah.
You can open and shut these with ease.
After
They're not
use
difficult
as well,
to
they
open
don't
and shut.
stick.
Yeah.
Whereas with traditional scissors, they tend to stick
Yeah.
when they're closed after a long period of time.
Really nice size these as well, and the fact that you have got the pointed tips on them then as well, then you can use these maybe for your finer cutting when
That's
you're cutting
it.
paper, your
Yeah.
detailed work,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Again, your soft crafts, your sewing, your threads. Great pair of scissors that. In fact, we've got another piece of card here. Oh, this has got to be a good 280 to 300 as well. It's that satisfying snip. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? We have got edge-to-edge cutting with these. If you're quilling, maybe, let's just see, just very quickly, I'm doing a little bit of fringing there. Look at that, and you can get really, really fine with it as well. Really lovely. £32.99 for this pair. There we have it, 480927. Really, really handy. Now, are these patented?
Yep.
They are?
Yep.
Patented, right. Okay, fabulous. It's a plus. It's a plus for yourselves, isn't it? You've got that technology there. You know, these are great tools, I can tell you. Now, details just gone for the scissors. We're going to show you the next item as well. We've got an awful lot for you. We've got the craft knife next for you. So again, we've got the ceramic blade. up to 11 times stronger than a steel blade, as we've said. You can cut on your glass mats, you can cut on your self-healing mats. You know, use the items you've got, your tools that you've already got to work with these. Again, here we've got safety aspect. The never lost safety cap. Harry, tell me about that.
Yep, so this is actually a spin-off of one of our other knives. It's designed so
Can I just hold that a little bit closer for the camera? Do you know what surprises me? Because I didn't pick everything up. I did have a go with the scissors beforehand. It's the weight of these.
Yep.
I expected them to be super feather-light.
Yep.
They're not heavy, but they're heavier than you imagine, which again shows quality.
Yeah, and the materials that the handle's made of is glass-filled nylon, so it's much more durable than traditional handles.
So we can see that ceramic blade again there, but this is the cap. Now, I haven't done this before, so I don't quite know how to turn that or move that up. So how do you do that, Harry?
So with the cap, you twist.
Ah.
And it has a lock-in. Now you'll notice
wow.
that the top protects the blade. So if you was to drop the blade,
yeah,
it's
so
protected.
Do you know, that is something that happens a lot. We see guests doing it here.
Yeah,
I do it myself. Drop a craft knife on the floor and it's bound to go point down, and that's the end of the blade broken off, the tip's gone.
But customers love the fact that the actual lid stays on the handle.
Yes.
So that they're not fishing around trying to find it if they've dropped it.
So there, I've just twisted, it's locked at the moment. So twist again, slide up, and then it's locked. That is, do you know, without sounding as though because it really is important. Yeah. It is. I know how many times I've dropped a knife on the floor and broken a blade. And the fact that you're paying for quality, you've got a ceramic blade, you certainly don't want to be doing any damage to it, do you?
Or to yourself.
Great point. Or to anybody else, come to that.
Yeah.
What a good price this is as well, $15.99. Remember, up to 11 times longer the blade will last to steel if you're looking after it, and you should look after it because you're not going to lose that cap. You are going to put that in place, obviously, and look after your tools. 484620 is the item number. We've lost 10% of that particular item as well. There's much more to show you, but we want to see these tools in action. We'll go to the website first of all and give you a little bit of a reminder of some of the items we've just seen, plus some other items as well. Now you can see there's all sorts of wonderful items on there. Safety, think of safety all the time. We've got the ceramic blades, we've got the safety aspect, we've got the longevity of the tools as well. But we want to know more about the uses of them, and also, of course, the different materials that we can cut. But I think everybody sat at home is probably waiting, as I am, to see Bonnie working with her pencils as well. I cannot wait for this. Now then, if you've got questions to ask Bonnie, if you've got questions about any of the tools, please do let us know. If you just want to say hello to Harry and of course Bonnie as well, just welcome them to Hochanda, you certainly can do that. But I think, you know, really, honestly, if you've got questions to ask, it's important. So do email in studio@hochanda.com, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as we possibly can. Bonnie, I know I've said it so many times, I can't stop looking at your work.
You're so kind.
Oh dear. I hope the camera is picking up what I'm seeing. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, well, so this, I bought some different surfaces. This is actually film. So it's like a drafting film,
yeah,
and it's fantastic for coloured pencils. But what's absolutely brilliant about it is that the slice tool used on it can create the most amazing fur textures.
Right.
And how I've created this, and you can feel it. I've sliced into that. You can see, but it's completely smooth.
It is.
So the blade doesn't damage the paper at all.
That's
You've got to be quite careful, you know, obviously. But and how I created this was I just put all of my pencils down.
Yeah.
And then just went in with a slice to create all of the hair texture. And it's literally just a case of, I don't know whether you can see that.
So you're literally just really scratching the surface.
Scratching
the
surface.
It's removing the
Absolutely,
crayon.
absolutely. So I suppose a little bit like scratchboard, but you're making all of these, you know, these marks. And you can't, just get rid of, oops, that a little bit. You can't feel it, but then when you put your pencil over the top, the pencil misses out what you've done. And what happens is you can actually get some really lovely fine hairs, and that's what it really helps to make your piece look really realistic. You know, so you take all of it out and then you can start to come in again with your pencils, and you know, you don't have to be really precise. I mean, I'm a lazy artist, a very lazy artist.
You certainly don't look lazy.
And I want to make my life as easy as possible. So the manual pen cutter, I feel, is the best one. And what's brilliant about it is it's got the rounded edge. Yeah. And it's also got a chisel shape.
Right, okay.
So it's sort of like broader. So you can use it like that, like a cutting tool. Yeah. So on the Parrot, I've used that. Or you can use it on the edge, and because it's got a thicker wedge, you can actually, so if we look at sort of on the horse's face, I can actually take out larger and almost draw with it. And I can take out larger areas of fur, and I can create this lovely texture.
Wow, I've never seen anything quite like this. The detail. Look at the eyelashes.
Yeah, we'll just take a little bit of the eyelashes.
And I would never have looked at this tool and thought, this is what you could do.
Honestly, it's such a good tool.
I can see why you've fallen in love with
honestly,
it. We're busy on this one, actually.
I really love
a quarter of the stock has gone on this particular item.
It is such a great. And the other really good thing about it as well, I don't know whether Harry mentioned, is that the blades are double-ended.
I didn't know that. No,
so you just, you know, if you want to really, because sometimes it's good to use it blunt. So on a paper rather than a film, I'd use it blunt, and then I can just swish it over.
Oh,
and then and it's dead easy. Well, she says, as she can't get it back in.
That's an important point, actually. I did notice, and because there's lots of details on the packaging, but it does say that no tool is required for changing blades. No. Sometimes you do.
It's
find
a bit
that
fiddly when your hands are shaky.
Oh, you're doing fabulous. Very busy on this item. £13.49 is the price. 893,866. Bonnie, you've just sold it to me straight away. I am an artist that isn't an artist like yourself. But I want to be.
Yeah.
Could anybody use this then?
Yes, no, absolutely.
The
other tool as well that I use is the precision cutter.
Right.
So this one's got a tiny, 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 weeny little blade. I don't know whether you can see. I mean, it is minuscule.
I can just see that.
Yeah,
can I just
tiny.
take that from you, actually? Can we just have a close look at this? Now, this item isn't actually on our counter, but if you go onto the website or when you're checking out your baskets, we have what we call the end of call options for you. This is one of the end of call options. So you can get these. The details for the replacement blades also we've got for you as well. You can go for the replacement blades. Remember, these are ceramic, so they're going to last a lot longer than the steel blades anyway. They're much safer to use. So end of call if you want to go for this particular item. The extra blades, you can see the details on the screen right now. And
they're really, really good for tiny details. So like the eyelashes, you know, you can just come in and do really, really precise, tiny, tiny details in there.
I can't believe the detail.
You know, honestly, it is.
Do you want to keep going a little bit longer? Or can we add some more, just so we can see you doing that? Yeah.
So, and what's really nice, you know, is that if you go quite gently, you can still put pencil in over the top. So it's almost like a precision eraser. You know, it doesn't mean that once you've scraped out the pigment, that's it, it's gone. You know.
So how lightly are you working with that tool there? What sort of pressure? How can
I'm using quite light pressure. I would normally use it on the back of my hand, but I won't for safety reasons today. I can use it really, really lightly. So if we come up here, you can just get some really, really subtle feeling. And then I can go, you know, really quite hard and take out quite a lot. This one has got a tiny blade, so you're going to take off far less pigment than if you were using the bigger blade. But it's paper dependent, so the film reacts really, really well to the slice. If you're using a paper, you've just got to be a little bit more careful. You know, and I'd say, you know, if you decide to use it with your coloured pencil drawings, always test your paper first. Usually, paper's absolutely fine, but you know, as with any new product, you'd kind of test with caution to begin with. But it's just such a honestly, they're really lovely to hold.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got your pencils, they're really nicely weighted, so they're kind of balanced really well in your hand.
That was what I commented on at the counter, actually, the tools. As Harry handed me the tools, I was surprised at the weight. They are very nicely weighted. They didn't feel flimsy, they didn't feel too lightweight, they're not heavy and clunky.
Exactly.
They just felt perfect.
Yeah. You know, and I think, well, they're a quality product.
Yeah.
You know, they really are a quality product. And that's important. You know, I mean, I draw long hours and I need something that, you know, I don't want to be changing, well, as you could see before, I don't want to be changing blades all the time, you know. So, they're just a really, really great tool.
Wow. Now then, we are getting busier and busier. We've got queues on the phone lines at the moment of about 2.5 minutes. The quickest and easiest way is the website, but of course, if you want to hang in there, we will get to you. We've got lots of items to talk about. We've got lots of items to see, all brand new today. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you a reminder about our pen cutter again. The first tool that Bonnie was using, this is the one that I've got here. Half of the stock has already gone. What a great price, £13.49, 893,866. Double-ended blade, we've just found out from Bonnie there as well. You've got that retractable blade. These are made of ceramic. If you didn't catch us at the beginning of the show, just to go over a few points, ceramic blade lasts up to 11 times longer than a steel blade, much safer. No tools required to change the blade around either. They're ergonomically made, so for hold they feel so comfortable. You really can tell the quality of these. And with what Bonnie's achieving here, I've never quite seen anything like it. I could sit here and watch Bonnie work for hours. I'm just mesmerised by it all. Now, almost 60% of the stock has gone of the pen cutter. Very, very busy indeed there. That's the item that you're getting there, 893,866. As I say, you can see the banner going across there. Phone lines are very busy. We've got much more to show you though. I know Harry's ready to show us how some of the other tools work as well. Now, you've also been buying, interestingly, the replacement blades. That tells me a lot of you are going for the end of call tool there that Bonnie was using secondly. The replacement blades, well worth popping into your baskets at the same time. £20.99. You are getting 4 of those. Remember, these are going to last. 886-439. But there's nothing worse than having something and then finding you haven't got a replacement blade when you need it, is it? So well worth popping into your baskets at the same time. Just fabulous tools here. I'm absolutely mesmerised by Bonnie's work, and I want to know more about these tools because the quality, as I say, I don't think I've seen tools quite like this, but we have got more to show. You wouldn't think, looking at that a ceramic blade, because as you did say, you can't, with a steel blade, you can see the edge, you can see how sharp it is, you know there's a lot of sharpness there. With these, you look at it and you think, how is that going to cut? But they really, really work so well. So here we've got the Scalpel. Tell us about this and what's the difference between this and the other tools that we've already seen?
So as you'll notice, the Scalpel's flat, so it's not going to roll off the desk. It's also the predominant design of a traditional Scalpel hobby knife, which is why a lot of customers like that or the craft knife.
Okay.
The great thing with this is the lid, when you're working, it will stay on. The blade is also very, very easy to change, and it's also the same blade that's in the craft knife.
Okay.
All you have to do with the blade.
It's just amazing, and it won't just drop out, but you don't need any tools. There are so many craft knives on the market where you do need sort of a snap-off tool or something like that to change, or you have to undo something. There's none of that here. Exactly
that, and the thing is, with, as you said, snap-off, they're pretty dangerous.
Yeah. We are talking safety here. We're talking longevity. That's the thing. It's all these plus points and the quality. £13.99 for the Scalpel, 868-477. Maybe you do your paper cutting and you're looking for a really good scalpel for that sort of craft. There's other uses as well. Don't forget, you've got your replaceable blade included there as well. So a great little item, this one again. Now, we have got more to show you as well. I'm smiling because I got to play with these earlier. And I know it sounds strange that you get excited about a pair of snips or scissors, but when you're a crafter and when you work with different materials, you want something that's quality. Sometimes, Harry, we try and save a bit of money, and we can accept maybe sometimes with certain things that we don't always have to go for top of the range. But when it comes to our tools, for me, that's where it really counts. We want quality. We want something that's going to last. We want something that's safe.
I think that's what we've found. Yeah. You know, that's why Bonnie, for example, loves using our tools, and lots of other crafters as well.
Definitely. Now, what we've got here are our opening snippers. So again, if you're a paper crafter, if you're a soft crafter, you know, various different uses again for these. Love the design of these. Just taking the cap off there, and as I just release it, you can see we've got the little snips. Can you pick up the sound? That is such a good sound.
Try them on.
Let me get it near my mic a little bit. Can you hear it? Just love it. Right, so we've got some cardstock again here. You see, again, you can get very closely together. I probably should have put my glasses on for this so I can see what I'm doing, but never mind. But if you want to go very closely together, look, maybe if you're doing some quilling, maybe you're doing some decoupage and you want to snip, again, for your threads, for your sewing, for your embroidery, very, very useful indeed. Would these snip, do you think, Harry, through a lightweight fabric like an organza?
Probably, yeah.
I think
they're
they
good for
would.
thread as well.
Yeah,
a lot
great
of our
for thread.
customers like it because of cutting thread.
I wonder if anybody can find me a little bit of organza. Don't know. We might be able to get hold of some. I just want to try something out. Just asking, that's all. But really, really nice. And then, of course, just to put the cap on there is going to keep those blades together. Once again, you've got those ceramic blades. Look, you can see these are really strong. Now, you said something to me, Harry, earlier. Second only to diamond.
Yeah,
diamond
so our blades are the second hardest material to diamond, which is they're nearly double in strength to traditional steel.
This is the quality we're looking at. Amazing, isn't it? And just £17.49 for these. Item number 530707. I just think soft crafters are going to love that. Paper crafters are going to love those. You people that work, you know, with all sorts of different mediums, again, just great, great tool. Now we've got some safety cutters next. You've got a set of 2 of these. Now these are interesting, Harry. Tell me about these.
So these are one of our biggest selling products. It's got a tiny little micro ceramic blade.
Let's see. Well, let's see if Chris can get in nice and close on the blade. Right, there we are. Now look at that.
You can see where the white arrow is pointing down. It's got a built-in magnet.
Right,
can also fit on your keyring.
That's a good point. Yeah. So the magnet, so you could attach it to something. Is that what the magnet's for?
Yeah,
so you can attach
on a
it to something
cabinet,
so it doesn't get lost.
It's there for when you're working. If you've got a lanyard that you want to put it on, or obviously your keys. But the micro ceramic blade is the bit that obviously does the work, and that will cut normal paper, card. Perfect if you struggle to cut in a straight line like myself with scissors.
I love the fact you've got the little arrow on both sides as well. So again, safety, you know, if you pick it up one way, if you pick it up the other way, you can see where the blade is, which is important, you know, and again, very comfortable to hold.
Left and right-handed.
I'm not going to cut with it on the counter because we need a mat underneath, but I think we're going to see this at the demonstration area. But these, one of the best sellers, or the best seller from Slice, in fact, £10.99 for 2 of those, 274,969. And being the ceramic blades again, they're going to last. They're not just going to blunt down the first time you use them, they're going to last a long time. They are Slice's best seller, purchased by so many people. Now then, we have got other things coming up as well. I want to see this stuck to a filing cabinet. I think that's ingenious, actually. It's one of those simple things that you think, well, why is it so important? But it is, because you lose tools like this. If you put them down, you pick them up with your paper, just attach it to something, you're not going to lose it, are you? It's always there to hand. In fact, I've just been handed a magnetic sheet. Is this magnetic? No, it's not magnetic.
That side is. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not.
That's not magnetic. That's just a blackboard. Never mind, we will find a magnetic sheet.
A little story about this is a couple moved house. They had this on their fridge. Obviously, they moved house and they'd lost it. Were devastated. Obviously, bought a new one.
Fabulous, fabulous. Well, you can go for those as well. Details on the screen. We will see if we can sort that magnetic sheet out in a little while. Now then, we're going to go to the next item. We're going to go to the replacement blades. These have been busy actually. So just a reminder that the end of call, you can get, is it the precision cutter that I've got in my hand? It is. Right, so we just have a look. End of call, remember when you check out on the website or when you're talking to the call centre guys, then you'll be asked about the end of call, or if you're not, do make sure you ask about it if you want one of these. Bonnie absolutely loves this as well. You can go for the replacement blades. We've got these here and details on the screen right now for you. £20.99 is the price. Item number 886439, and you are getting 4 replacement blades. So tell me how these work in this particular cutter then. Are these easy to change as well? They just push in, take out?
So obviously you can see here that I've actually taken the lid off already, and you can, so you don't lose the lid, it will stay on,
that's handy.
on the bottom. But to change the blades, all you do is twist.
Okay.
And
just pull out.
And then obviously you put your new one in.
So is the barrel of that shaped in a particular way so it locks into place?
Correct.
Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a brand new style of this.
Okay.
So this our old style we didn't have a replacement blades for.
Right.
And obviously everyone wants replacement blades, so we redesigned it. And we now do the replacement blades.
Well, very, very handy indeed. So the end of call precision cutter is this one that I'm holding now. And I'll show you the blades again. There you can see that blade. I'm just going to put my hand behind there, just see if it picks up a little bit better. The replacement blades, as you can see, all come nicely in packaging there, all nice and safe for you as well. 4 blades, they're going to last a long, long time. I know a lot of you have been popping those into your baskets, so do take advantage while we've got them at that price as well, 886439. Now, next of all, another one I really, really like is this one, because we've got the rotary cutter here. And again, ergonomically designed, very, very comfortable to hold. Now, you've got many, many customers that purchase from you, Harry, but you said there's particular people that absolutely love this, they cut certain materials with it. What can we cut with it?
So it will cut anything from 60 GSM up to around 600 GSM.
Right, okay.
So a lot of, if you've got a big piece of card, and it's easy to just use those. And the difference with these, with normal traditional scissors and our scissors, is they're bladeless. So there's actually no blade in these.
We're going to see this in action actually. I'm going to let you show us how that works, Harry, if you can. But that's an interesting point actually. Normally, when we're talking about weights of card and paper, we normally tell you what the maximum amount is rather than minimum, but this one, it's the minimum, a minimum of 60 GSM. If you go with something that's a lower weight than that, something like a flimsy wrapping paper, it won't work so well. But 60 GSM, when we're talking paper crafting and quality products, then we're going to be over that, aren't we? Up to how much was it? 700 GSM?
Around 600, 700 GSM.
Wow.
So to use these, you put the material between the 2 metal
okay, so they're just rollers, yeah.
Yep. And
look at that. Look, can I just hold that up? Look how that's cut. Look at that. Do you hold the, I know you're doing that there for demonstration purposes. Would you always hold the material in there, or would you put that onto the counter and slide it?
Yeah, so it's obviously easier to
let me just move that out of the way a little bit.
When it's flat like that.
Lovely.
So you can actually run the bottom along the table.
That's what I was wondering. So you can keep, you can guide it.
You've got a guide for where the material needs to go. And obviously when the material hits the two rollers
so
pressure together.
Within the 2 rollers then, have we once again got a ceramic blade, or is it a metal blade in these?
There's no blade at all.
There's no blade at all.
No blade at all.
How does it work?
So the 2 rollers push together. So when the material goes in between the 2 rollers, push either side of it.
Ah, so it's all to do with the pressure then. I've not had a go with this one. I'm just going to... Wow. That just goes through like butter. It is so comfortable.
It's ergonomic. It's a lot quicker than a pair of scissors.
Look at this. Now then. Oh, they're challenging me in the gallery now. I'm just going to use the edge of that blade as a guide. Well, I've gone a bit wobbly there, but never mind. So you can go thin with it as well. You don't have to cut big chunky pieces, you can go quite thin with it as well. All those different materials that you want to cut for your mixed media then. Think about, let's say, Harry said 600, 700 GSM, let's go with the lower. Let's say up to 600 GSM. I can't think of anything that we're using in the studio right now that's going to be thicker than that we're going to want to cut with these. What a fabulous tool again. $19.99 is the price. Item number 374320. There we have it.
All these bits
now, finally, we have our seam rippers. So, this I presume then is meant for soft crafters.
Yeah, so for textile sort of stuff, if you wanted to unpick some sort of stitching, that one.
Right, now then, let me have a look at this. So again, a retractable blade, if I can call it that, ceramic again. Like the fact that it's got a little, I'm just going to put it against my sleeve actually, so you can see the white against my grey sleeve there. Interesting to see the curve on the blade there.
You can just see the grind as well.
Yeah, you can. Just move that. Can you just see the shape there, the shape of the blade? Again, very, very comfortable. You can easily retract that blade. So is this, am I holding that the right way? I presume I am, so you would sort of scoop into your stitches and then...
So depending on how thick the stitching is or how big it is, so it's easier to obviously go under, but sometimes you can go at an angle and then round, which I'll demonstrate.
Oh, fabulous. Right, I'll not ask any more questions on that then. We'll wait until demonstration. $14.49 is the price for that one. Item number 079394. Now, I'm just going to give you an update on the pen cutter, which I've been handed here as well. This is what Bonnie was using. 80% of the stock has now gone. We're expecting this to sell out. There you can see that retractable blade. You can take that blade out, no tools required. You can turn it around. You can put new blades in there. You can get replacements. This is so, so comfortable. The weight of it, for me, is absolutely perfect. Harry, what's your favourite thing about this? Why would you say this is such a good tool? Why do we need this?
It's designed as a pen, and we're used to using pens.
Yeah.
So, as you say, it's easy to hold, easy to use. You can use it as a pen, or you can use it as Bonnie is by using it for scraping. It will cut any materials that you need it to cut as well.
Before the show, when Bonnie was telling me what she was going to use this for, I didn't realise what she was actually going to do with it. I actually thought Bonnie was going to sharpen the pencils with it. That's what I thought she was going to do. So when we got to demonstration, I was absolutely amazed at what you can achieve with this. So anybody that, whether you're artistic or not, whether you've got that natural artistic flair, the detail that you can bring out from your pencils, your coloured pencils, and I know Bonnie, because I did ask her before, what type of pencil she uses. Derwent, we sell them here at Hochanda, we see them on the shows. Faber, Castell as well, we've seen. So quality pencils, but the detail that you can achieve with that, you're absolutely loving this. In fact, you're loving it so much, it's just gone limited stock. Limited stock, I think that is an amazing price for a tool of this quality and what you can achieve with it. The thing is,
because the blades last so long, you very rarely have to replace them.
Yeah. Just amazing. £13.49. You need to be quick on that one now. Limited stock, 893866. We'll keep you updated on that. Now then, let's just go to the website. Now we'll tell you about the end of call again there. So there you've got the precision cutter, a great price at just $8.99. You can pop that into your basket at the same time. You can go for those replacement blades as well, which you will find there on the website as well. So you really, really can take advantage of the items we've got on offer today. Many of you are going for that, and many of you are going for the replacement blades as well. But if you're not sold on these already and you're still sitting on the fence, we need to see some more demonstration, don't we? So I think we've got Harry going to show us some various different materials that we can cut with the various different tools as well. Before we get going, oh, the pen cutter, it has just sold out. Just sold out. Well done. You are not going to be disappointed. Right, Harry, what are we going to see now? What have you got there?
So I'm going to start with the craft knife. So this is just sort of standard textured card.
Okay, yeah.
It's not light, but you'll notice how fine, so you can cut in curvy lines.
So lovely. There you can see, look at that. Now you're cutting on a blue self-healing cutting mat, but you can work on your glass mats just the same way. You don't need to go out and buy a different mat. Just whatever tools you've already got, these blades are going to work. Anything that use your steel blades on, you can use your ceramic blades on, but they're going to last longer.
Correct, yeah. And then obviously this, you can do your curved lines, you can do just your straight lines.
Now I've got a question. Could you run that against a ruler?
Yes.
Ah.
I have a ruler.
I actually didn't know that. It's just something that's just come to my head. Is this just a plastic ruler? Has it got a metal edge to it?
No, this has
just a regular ruler.
We have customers that are using a metal edge. This is just a standard ruler.
So just run it along as though you would a pencil or a pen, really.
Yeah.
There we go. So use it against your rulers, because it suddenly came to my head then, because I'm thinking I'm watching you really clean, precise cut there. Yeah. But if you're matting and layering cardstock when we're making our cards, and you want precision cutting and you need a ruler if you haven't got a trimmer or something. Do you know, I think this is going to change the way people craft when they get these home. Because a lot of us rely on our paper trimmers sometimes, but they go blunt, they start cutting wonky. Yeah. With a ruler and the safety aspect of this, I think it's going to be a bit of a game changer for a lot of crafters. That's how I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. So there we have our ceramic craft knife with the safety cap. No, it's not. That's not the safety. Oh, it is the safety cap. Yes, it is. That's the one where you twist the bottom. Yeah. Can we just show that again? So all you do, it looks just like part of the barrel. As I'm holding it there, the orange bit looks like part of the barrel. You've actually got two little lines, one on the orange barrel there and one on the base. So at the moment they're lined up, which means it's locked in position. So just turn, twist, it slides up and then twist back again. So those lines line up. You've even got the line on the centre part of the barrel there, so you can't be mistaken where this needs to click into position. And then you can see that is locked into position, so if you were to drop that, or even if it's just in your bag, you're not going to catch that blade and damage it. And then it's just a case of twisting again, sliding down, and then twist to lock, ready for use. That is ingenious.
It's also worth mentioning the textured grip on the handle.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
It feels really nice. I mean, if you... Yeah, okay.
Okay, can we just have a look at the textured grip, actually? And this is metal, this isn't plastic. So you can see the texture there, which means when you're holding, and you are obviously going to put some pressure on. You don't need a great deal of pressure, but your fingers aren't going to slip up and down there. It is very, very comfortable. I've not had a go with this. I am a little bit nervous because I'm not quite sure how hard to press. Didn't do a very straight line there, did I? Maybe I need to press a little bit more. There we go. Nice. Now, I've got a question for you, actually, and I think I'm just going to go with the ruler. Just in case anybody at home is wondering, when we're using come off the ruler there, working with a rotary blade in soft crafting, we roll away from ourselves, so you're going away. But when you're working with a craft knife, you do tend to come towards yourself. Yeah. You wouldn't ever go the other way with this, would you?
No.
No?
No. Okay. It also, because of the way that the blades are used, and the guys at home will know this, is it's doing that for intricate work. Yeah. So if you wanted to create shapes or do intricate things with it, whereas if you were doing it away from yourself, it would be very difficult.
See, this is why I asked the question. In fact, I'm just going to tell you how busy we are on this one as well. It's almost 60% of the stock gone. I've done a lot of workshops in the past for card making and various different crafts, and I know from experience that there's so many of my ladies and gentlemen sometimes as well that are wary of craft knives. They're scared of them.
We get a lot of gentlemen.
Understandably so, but this really is a lot safer than the steel blade.
Yeah. So I mean, I just wouldn't do that. Just for demonstrations, I wouldn't do that with a steel blade. I just wouldn't run it along my hand.
I'm just going to have another go, actually. When everyone gets theirs home for the first time, will it take a little bit of practice to sort of gauge the pressure that they're needing to put on there?
Yeah, so sometimes you do have to apply a bit more pressure than you would with a traditional blade. but applying more pressure gives you more control.
Yeah, yeah, lovely. Now that is quite a good weight card as well. Now earlier on, Harry, before the show, I can't remember which tool it was now, and it may apply to them all. You were saying about not using the tip so much, but use kind of the whole of the blade. Is that the case with this particular tool?
Yeah, so depending on...
Actually, I kept a lot straighter then as well.
You did that.
So don't go in like a pen with the tip. Go flatter like that. Is that right?
Yeah, so depending on how you're trying to cut it. If you're trying to cut intricate bits, I would use more of the tip.
More of the
but
tip for the intricate bits.
If you're cutting in a straight line or curves, then try and use the whole of the blade.
Right, okay, so again, a little bit more of a, don't know why I'm doing diamonds, but. So your paper cutting techniques would be brilliant with this as well.
Yeah.
There we are.
It's worth mentioning as well, to change the blade, all you do is twist the cap and pull the blade out.
And it's as simple as that?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, very busy on this item as well. $15.99, item number 484620. Over 60% of the stock has now gone. Wow. Now then, we are going to make our way back to Bonnie, I believe now. I'm so pleased. I want to see some more of this wonderful artwork. Now, just to let you know that we are very, very busy again, or still, I should say, for the replacement blades. I think that means an awful lot of you are going for that, that end of call item as well, which is fabulous. 4 of those, £20.99, 886436. We're very busy for the Rotary Scissors as well. So let's have a look at those as well. Item number 374320. There we are, £19.99. They are, I've got to say, genuinely, they are so, so comfortable to use, very easy to use as well. That was the first time I picked them up there on the counter. I did have a little go with the scissors earlier on, but not with the Rotary Scissors, which I'm very, very impressed with. 374320. Now back with Bonnie, just look at this artwork. Wow.
So I think this is the craft knife? It's
scalpel.
more like a scalpel.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, it's a scalpel. And actually what I'm doing is I'm using it on its back edge.
Okay.
I find that it's easier to scrape away. So you're gently scraping rather than cutting.
Okay.
So if I come into here a little bit and just, you can see there, I can create some really nice detail there in that feather. And I am using it like a pencil. And actually it's very comfortable. Some people might prefer, or they might be more used to using a scalpel rather than a pen. So this might be a better alternative to the pen cutter. And it does exactly the same thing. You know, you've got absolute precision in there. You can change your pressure. You can create these fine lines. It works really, really well.
Bonnie, because you're a new guest here today, I don't know if obviously you're looking what you're doing there. Just, I wonder if Chris can just get that shot that we've just had back on this screen, so we can see. Look at the detail that it's the camera work, but it just shows the quality of the tools. What you can achieve with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's just mesmerising
and
watching
for, for feathers, actually this tool is really, really good. So if you do like to draw birds and you're drawing quite small pieces, something like this, which is, you don't have the chisel edge on this one, it is like a scalpel blade, works really, really nicely.
It really does.
Yeah.
So these are multi-use tools as well. Use the blade to cut your cardstock, use the point to cut your intricate work, use the other side of it to do your detail work with your pencils.
Yeah.
What pencils have you used to create the palette?
So for this one, I've used a lot of Faber-Castell polychromos.
Yeah.
I've used quite a few of the Derwent.
Fabulous.
Sort of light fast studio, that type of thing.
We have those here at Hochanda, so we know a lot of our customers have already got those pencils, those particular brands.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you've got those, then it's worth giving this a go. It really is. I can't wait to wait.
I mean, I've got I'd probably say maybe 3, 4, 5 layers of pencil on there. Now, if you're really careful, you can just take one layer off with the slice. So, you know, you can kind of get that, instead of going right down to the paper, you know, you might put a yellow down first and then something else, and then you can get back to the, you know, back to the...
Now, you're working on the film again here,
that's drafting film, yes.
Yeah, the drafting film.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Can I go back to the piece of artwork that we showed at the beginning with the 2 little dogs there?
Yeah.
What sort of paper is that?
So this is what's called pastel mat.
Okay.
So it's got a textured surface. It takes a lot of layers of pencil, and it can be quite a frustrating surface to work on because you've got to get loads and loads of pencil on there.
Okay.
But what's fantastic about the slice is that you can use it in conjunction with your other tools like your erasers and everything, you know, and you can get some really lovely effects. And not, I mean, it's fantastic for whiskers, obviously, you know, so we can sort of like put a whisker in there, you know, but also you can use it so that you can take more out, so you're almost using it like a white pencil, and you're kind of just sort of sketching in the lines. I don't know whether anyone can see that.
You can see it, Bonnie,
you know,
it's amazing.
and you can just sketch in those lines. And what's lovely is that because it's the ceramic blade it's more, almost, well, it's not soft obviously, but it's softer on the paper, so you get a soft effect, and fur is soft.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want any hard lines or, you know, scrapes or cuts or anything. So you want to have a tool that is going to really help you create that lovely softness in your work. And honestly, it's I love this tool.
Well, I can see why, and we have got, of course, the details on the screen. Remember, this is your ceramic scalpel. Yeah. Many uses for this. Your cutting, your intricate cutting, exactly what Bonnie's doing here with the other side of it as well. It's going to be, I think, one of your go-to tools at all times, isn't it, this one? And
it's, you know, because they've got so many different types, you know, it's up to you what you prefer. You know, you might prefer the fatter pen cutter, or you might prefer the scalpel. You might be more used to that.
Wonderful.
You know, so yeah.
Oh, we do want to see much more of Bonnie and Harry here, don't we? We certainly do. Well, we're going to give you a little bit of a pause. You can see the phone lines are very busy again, having a very busy show. I'm not surprised. Do go to the website where you can find everything there, of course. Don't forget, we've got the scissors as well. It's not just about the cutting tools and the scalpels. We have got the scissors there as well. We've got the rotary blade, which, well, it's just fantastic. What more can I say about it? And, of course, we've got those all-important safety cutters there as well, which are very handy. We're going to have a look at those next, I believe, because these are really interesting actually, and a great price at just $10.99. So back with Harry. What have you got there, Harry?
So this is just your standard paper.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
And it's literally just that. If you want to come in.
You can just see, I love the fact, I'm going to repeat what I said earlier, you've got that little white arrow which points to where the actual blade is itself. It's not just on one side, it's on both sides. So if you're picking it up, just make sure that you know where the blade is. But to be fair,
and that's, I mean, I wouldn't do that with a traditional blade. No. And, you know, if you pick it up and, again, you've got on your key ring, and it, by the way... Very
useful little tool.
It is magnetic. Oh, that's me chucking it off.
There we go. I know why it didn't stick to our magnetic board, because the board was magnetic, but we needed metal. Yeah. That was what the problem was. That's what the problem was.
It does have a built-in magnet.
It does have a built-in magnet. That's why, I don't know, I didn't realise that actually as we went down the counter. Kirsty knew. She knew what she was doing. She was told to get a magnetic board, but she knew it should have been metal. There we are. $10.99 for these, 274969. So you've got some thicker cards there.
So if you feel like it's a mirror board.
That's at least 300 GSM. It might be a little bit more actually. And
it's, you know, again.
Wow.
Cuts in a nice straight line, but you must hold it flat. Yeah. So when you get it, a lot of people will hold it like that.
So that's important. Don't hold it so you're tipping down onto the point, onto the blade. Keep it flat against the surface.
Yeah, because that also allows that straight cut.
Yeah.
See, I prefer that to using scissors. Because I can't cut in a straight line.
Depends on the job you're doing, though. Depends on the job. Now, I do know we had a question in earlier. It was something we covered, but I'm going to repeat it again for anybody that didn't catch the beginning of the show. Harry's working on a self-healing cutting mat. I know someone did email in and say, can we work on a glass mat, or do we need to go and get this? It was Angela, I believe. Yes, you can work on your glass mats as well. Anything that you work with your steel blades, your regular steel blades, you can work with the ceramic ones as well.
Yeah.
We've had another question. We've had a question about the scissors.
Okay.
Can the scissors be used for both paper and fabric, or would you need 2 individual pairs?
They can be used for fabric, depending on what sort of fabric.
Okay, now then, I know why this question's being asked, actually. I don't know if you'll know this, Harry, but I'll ask it, and hopefully we'll get an answer. But I don't know if what it is when when we see the soft crafters here.
Yeah.
If paper crafters were to come and take the soft crafters scissors that they keep for their fabric, and then went and cut a piece of card with it, they would have a fit.
Yeah.
Because it would spoil the blades.
We get that quite a lot.
You get that quite a lot. So, if you're a soft crafter and they're your scissors, and I'm a paper crafter and I come along and say, I'm having those, and start doing this, will I be in trouble? Or can I use them both for fabric and paper? Or would you get 2 sets and keep one for your fabric and one for your paper?
I think that's dependent on the actual user.
Okay.
Me personally, I would just have 1 pair of scissors. The blades last up to 11 times longer. They're much more durable than your traditional scissors, and as you can see, it's going through that.
Well, hopefully that's kind of answered the question, because what I would say is if you are a soft crafter and you're serious about your soft crafting, we get very precious about our tools anyway. So maybe you would want to keep a pair, but it's not necessary. You can use them for both. If you're a general crafter that does a bit of sewing, a bit of paper crafting, and you're not doing it on a professional level, or, you know, sewing isn't your main passion, then I certainly would agree with Harry there. I would just go with the 1 pair to start with anyway. See how you get on with them. They are going to last so much longer. You've got the safety aspect, you've got the ergonomic handles as well. They're very, very smooth. The fact that these are going to last so much longer, they're completely different to your steel blades. It does make a difference. Now, you've just had the details there on the screen for that particular pair. We've also got the pointed scissors as well. Great, again, for your soft crafters and your paper crafters alike. $32.99. Again, everything's got the ceramic blades here. Lovely to feel these. Do you know, I can't tell you, you're going to love these. When you get them home, and the ease of use of them. 480927. Everyone's different. I've got something really important I've got to point out again as well, Harry, because we mentioned it near the beginning, but we've not mentioned it since. I'm right-handed. I can cut. I'm not left-handed, but it doesn't matter, because if I suddenly had to use my left hand, I can still cut. Left-handed, right-handed alike, it doesn't matter. Got to say thank you so much. I hope you guys are back very, very soon. What a lovely, interesting show it's been. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Do stay with us. Thank you for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more to come. Fiona's up again next, I think. Stay with us here.